Hello everyone. Before I start, I'd like to wish the conference in Spain a great success. And on behalf of the authors, I'd like to present today a presentation about the key barriers to ICT uptake in foreign language teaching. This is a case study in Vietnam. This is the outline of my presentation, and I will focus on the findings about the major barriers to the ICT uptake. In this presentation, I will use the term ICT a lot. In this presentation, it means the generic software, for example, Microsoft Office. It includes the computer-assisted language learning tool and the internet and useful websites on the internet about language teaching and learning. Well, perhaps you would like to hear something about the ICT in education in Vietnam. ICT is believed to be a tool to improve the education quality, and a lot of legal documents have been issued to create a favorable environment for the ICT implementation in Vietnam. And one of the key documents is the Decree number 55 issued in 2008 on strengthening the ICT use in teaching and training in the educational system for the period 2008-2012. As a result of this decree, the school year 2008-2009 was selected as the year of ICT in education. The 14th draft of the Education Development Strategy of Vietnam set an ambitious target that by the end of the year 2015, 80% of the school teachers and 100% of college and university teachers are expected to be able to use ICT effectively in their classroom teaching. You can see that there are high expectations on ICT in education in Vietnam. So the aim of our research is to investigate and analyze the perceptions of the academic staff about the barriers to ICT uptake in teaching foreign languages in Vietnam. And we'd like to take a case study in a university in Hanoi. We believe that an objective understanding of the barriers could be important for successful ICT integration into modern language teaching in the future. The site of our case study is Hanoi University, a public university founded in 1959 in Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. The university is well known for foreign language teaching, and the major foreign languages taught at the university include English, French, Chinese, German, Korean, Japanese, Russian, Spanish, and Italian. And recently, foreign languages have been used to teach other courses. For example, English is used to teach business administration, tourism, international studies, finance, banking, and computer science. This university is a very prestigious training institution, and it is also well known for the use of technology in the language teaching. And at the university, there are language labs using both the traditional cassette tapes and digital devices, computer labs, and internet connection. Questionnaire and interview are the two main instruments of data collection in our study. We receive the responses from 222 teachers for the questionnaire. 80% of the teachers are female, and this is also the characteristic of the language teachers in Vietnam. And after the completion of the questionnaire, we conducted the semi-structured interviews with three groups of people: the academic staff as the ICT users, senior leadership of the university as the policy makers, and ICT staff as the ICT trainers. The data analysis showed a number of key barriers to ICT uptake by the teachers. Those barriers can be grouped into barriers at the institutional level and the barriers at the academic staff level. The first barrier at the institutional level is the lack of ICT guidelines. Over 80% of the survey participants reported that they had never seen or read the ICT guidelines at the university. It's interesting enough that technology has been used at the university for many years, but not many teachers have read any document about the guidelines. Over 90% of the participants also agree that even if the ICT guidelines ever existed, they failed to reach the staff, consequently leading to the absence of the sense of purpose. Well, there are possibly two essential tasks which the senior leadership of the university need to do. Number one, to issue a statement or ICT guidelines as soon as possible with the clear steps and stages of implementation. And number two, try to use the different channels of communication to disseminate this document to the staff. For example, at the meetings, or upload to the website of the university, or print out some copies and send them to different departments in the university. The second barrier at the institutional level is the lack of appropriate ICT training. Well, every year, the university conducts the ICT training courses for the teaching staff, but not well planned in advance, and there is no training schedule for each month, and most of the training workshops were conducted on an ad hoc basis when there is a new language laboratory. The ICT workshops cover only basic and generic skills such as the internet searching, the word processing, or PowerPoint presentation, rather than focusing on the specific programs that the teachers need, for example, the audio editing or video editing or something like that. The survey respondents reported that during the 2 academic years, 2009 and 2010, they received only about 5 to 10 hours of ICT training on average. So it's not enough. The frequency of those ICT training courses by the university didn't meet the expectation of the teachers. The ICT training content is often decided by the senior leadership with our consultation with the teachers. Well, regarding the ICT training, we have some suggestions for the university. First of all, university leadership should consult the academic staff about the ICT skills that they really need for the teaching before making the plan. The leadership tries to make a yearly plan for the ICT training. All the training sessions should be digitally recorded and stored online so that the teachers can watch them over and over again. The university should try to make full use of the free online training videos, such as in the website, the teacherstrainingvideos.com. The third barrier at the institutional level is the lack of appropriate support for ICT use. Well, it is possibly fair to say that the case study university has made special efforts to improve the ICT facilities over the years. But when we interview and survey the teachers, and then they say that the university has no budget lines for the financial incentives to promote the ICT use in the university. As a public university, the university doesn't have the financial incentives for the high and medium users of ICT. There's no official recognition. If a teacher uses ICT or doesn't use ICT at the university, well, nothing happens to them. When the university has the financial constraints, perhaps the university leadership should make full use of a non-financial incentive mechanism in order to encourage the ICT use among the teachers. For example, let's say using the official recognition at the university meetings for the high users of ICT or successful users of ICT, using commendation papers or support the staff for the conference attendance. Turning now to the barriers at the academic staff level, the first barrier is the limited ICT resources. At the time of the study, there were about 1,000 desktop computers at the university, and the university had the total number of about 15,000 students, plus 350 language lecturers. So the number of computers was far below the demand. Most of the computers are concentrated in the computer labs or in the main library of the university, not in the classrooms. Less than 60% of respondents reported having access to desktop computers at the university, Furthermore, according to 70% of the survey participants, the quality of those computers was much less than adequate. So, those computers were only used by the teachers to check emails or read newspapers online, rather than to be used for lesson preparation. Our suggestions are that the university should make it easier for ICT to be integrated in normal classrooms, as many classrooms as possible. For example, providing the internet access, either wired or wireless access in the classrooms, provide the mobile computer cards for the teachers to push to the classroom, or mobile LCD projectors to be shared by the teachers, and try to encourage the teachers to bring their personal laptops to the classroom, and then the university provides the internet connection. The second barrier at the staff level is the lack of ICT confidence and competence. Nearly 70% of survey participants did not feel confident or only a little bit confident in using the ICT in language teaching. The confidence is closely related to the competence. The ICT competence and confidence of the teachers here has many things to do with the ICT training contents. A lot of the ICT training contents mainly focus on the basic ICT skills, such as using emails or internet search or download, word processing using PowerPoint presentation. But the teachers reported difficulty when it came to the use of specific software, for example, like the voice recording, video editing, audio editing, movie making, and podcasting, for example. Difficult for the teachers. That's why they lack the competence and confidence. To address the ICT confidence and competence for the teachers, the university leadership should strengthen the ICT training for the teachers with a focus on the ICT skills that the teachers need. And the university should also encourage the staff to learn from one another and to share what works and what doesn't work well during the ICT implementation. The third and also the last barrier at the academic staff level is the increased workloads. To prepare a technology-enhanced lesson takes a lot of time and effort, and this view is shared by over 60% of the survey participants. They think that it is very time-consuming to prepare the lesson using the ICT. It is our observation that the teaching staff prefer to teach the lessons with the least effort, for example, teaching what is available in the printed textbooks rather than spending more time on using technology. Over 60% of the respondents reported the feeling that ICT increased their workloads. To deal with this issue, anecdotes of ICT benefits should be shared among staff. It is time-consuming to prepare ICT-enhanced lessons, yes, at first. But then, when the teachers use the ICT more often, they will become more skillful and it will take less time. Moreover, ICT-enhanced lessons can be quickly adapted to be used again and again in the future, and then that will be time-saving, not time-consuming anymore. The analysis of both quantitative and qualitative data in this case study identifies some main barriers to ICT uptake at both institutional level and the academic staff level. The findings in this study should not be considered a pure list of discouraging obstacles to ICT adoption by staff, but more appropriately a valuable input for both senior leadership and academics to come up with an appropriate and evolving strategy to further encourage the staff to use ICT in the future. The argument is not whether which barrier should be solved first. However, an all-embracing approach should be undertaken to address those challenges in a comprehensive manner. We hope that the study findings and suggestions described in this presentation may be taken forward by the university leaderships and academic staff and researchers in other contexts as well. And with that, we would like to leave our presentation here. And thank you very much for the listening. Thank you. And this is my email address. If you have any comments or questions, please send me an email. Thank you very much.